Y'all still big. What's the deal, man? Yo, I'm heading to work. Ooh, it sound like I need new brakes. Shit sound tragic, man. It's Friday, 63 degrees outside. It shouldn't be too bad of a scorcher today, so we finna get this day over with so I can get home and start my 3-day weekend. But peep game, we got to get into some shit, man. And that's the Canelo versus Jermell Charlo undercard, man. Look, man, kudos to Al Heyman, right, for making, certain. I don't even know if we could, as far as Bud and Spence is concerned, shit, or even Tank and Ryan, you dig? But it is being, for the most part, these fights are being broadcasted on PBC broadcast, so you do got to give the dude credit, I guess. But, anyways, uh, it's the matchmaking for me and the people that they're choosing, the fights that they're choosing to be the co-main event to the main event that's blowing me. It was a good thing putting David Morrell as the co-main event for the Ryan versus Tank fight. That was smart. Why? Because it's a young fighter that they're trying to push, build, and brand. That makes all the sense in the world. But on the Bud versus Spence undercard, the fact that y'all didn't even have Frank Martin on that card, but y'all would have Isaac Cruz on that card. Y'all just keep trying to force feed us this dude like he's gonna be this major star, and he's just not. He's just not, man. I'm not in the business of calling professional fighters bums because they're not bums. They're not. Like I don't stand on that whatsoever. They not bums. Once you get to a certain level of professionalism where you're being compensated for what it is that you do, I can't call you a bum. Let alone if you make it in the top 100, because that even in itself is a hard thing to do, to make it within the top 100 of a division, and a division that's 1,000 to 2,000 deep. That's a very hard task to do right there. But there are just certain fighters that are just not the cream of the crop. Isaac Cruz is one of them. He ain't it, Brody. He ain't it at all. He's an entertaining fighter to watch. But is he somebody that you should be overtly promoting over someone like a Frank Martin? No, there's no way. And if you're going to put him on there, why are you matching those two up? Like, at this point, you have one fighter that's looking to carry the flagship of the PBC after everybody else retires. Spence just got violated. He's in his 30s. We don't know how much time he got left. Jamal hasn't fought in 2 years. Wilder is at the end of his career. His career is circling the drain. All of these fighters that you have put all of this energy into promoting, they're about to be on their way out the door. Maybe David Benavidez could take, but even then, y'all not, David Benavidez ain't getting the push that he, no, bro. Like if he was winning in the capacity that he's winning now under any other promotional banner, he'd be a lot more of a hot commodity than what he is now. This dude isn't even selling out Phoenix, Brody, when he goes back home. The fuck is we talking about? So who else you got? You got, I don't know, maybe one of the Dominican fighters that y'all pouring all of this energy into can, possibly bring you some prosperity. Elvis Rodriguez or Edwin De Los Santos or Carlos Adames or someone of that ilk. Because at this point in time, who else do you have? And even Frank Martin is older than Tank. Frank Martin is older than Tank. So why wouldn't you put someone like a Frank Martin on the undercard of especially due to the fact that Spence is, he signed to Spence's promotional company or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But why wouldn't you put Spence on that? Why wouldn't you put him on that card to bring him more notoriety? We had to sit there and suffer for fucking 36 minutes watching Isaac Cruz versus Cabrera. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You did the same thing with Spence last year, my nigga. Like, when it was Ugas and Spence's fight, instead of putting goddamn what's his name? Raslan Butayev versus goddamn Amantis Stanionis, You once again put Isaac Cruz on the as a co-main event to fight fucking Yuri Orkis Gamboa. Like, what are y'all doing over there? It's gimmicky. That is a gimmick you can run with. All right, cool. Well, y'all can run with the gimmick that he went 12 rounds with Tank, so we gonna push him and see how far we can get out there with him. No, nobody is convinced with Isaac Cruz, my nigga. Outside of your die-hard Haymanites, nobody is convinced with that nigga. Nobody. I don't give a fuck what niggas is saying. Nobody is not checking for no goddamn Isaac Cruz. That dude is not like that. He's a fun, entertaining fighter to watch. He's a good fighter, but to the degree which y'all is trying to push him, no. Especially when there's way more talented fighters over there on that side of the street. Why the fuck you giving me Isaac Cruz versus Yuri Orkis Gamboa and Isaac Cruz versus Giovanni Cabrera? Like, come on, man. I don't want to see that shit. When there's other fighters over there, if you're going to put him on, at least put him with someone who has a more notable name. That's the very least you can do if you're going to force feed us that bullshit. But you would put Butayev and Amantis Stanley on as two bona fide contenders on a broadcast that ain't even getting aired on the pay-per-view. That was the pre-prelims. You show that fight on that, on the pre-prelims, and you give us Isaac Cruz, bro. Like, what are y'all doing over there? And now we fast forward to Canelo versus Jermell Charlo, and you about to give us Mario Barrios versus Ugas. Like, what are you doing, bro? You got Jose Ramos is hot right now. Since he did what he did to Joey Spencer, that dude is hot as fish grease right now. Like, as far as just, we ain't saying he's a superstar or nothing like that. But that was a big win for him. And then how he won was a statement. That was a statement. And he's about to fight Erickson Lubin, bro. Like, that is a good fight, right? I'm hyped about that fight more than any other fight on the card that I've seen thus far. And I don't even think Ugas versus Barrios is gonna be that bad of a fight. But is it better than Ramos and what's my man name? I just said his name, Lubin. I'm working on my Spanish, rolling my R's. So y'all gonna have to bear with me. But is it better? Is it better than that? Fuck no. Fuck no. I don't know how, just it's the gimmicky shit, man. Spence and Ugas was Spence's worst pay-per-view. What makes you think putting him as an undercard, not an undercard, but a co-main event is going to garner any sort of pay-per-view? Like, it's not, bro. You don't need to sell Canelo. Canelo is going to sell itself. And the fact that he's fighting a Charlo after all of these years of niggas saying that he's ducking a Charlo, the name Charlo is going to resonate with them. That's going to sell. That's going to sell. So why not use this opportunity to push another fighter out into the forefront that can potentially carry y'all further than further on? The Charlos is maybe not Jermell, but Jermall is about done, bro. We don't know what the fuck this nigga is doing. Danny Jacobs is back to calling this nigga out again. What are we doing? Wilder his career circling the drain. All of your marquee fight, Danny Garcia was one of the dudes at a point in time. He waiting to fight goddamn Eris Landy Lowry. He gonna get the shit beat out of him. Keith Thurman, we don't know what the fuck this man is doing. This nigga was supposed to fight Ugas. That was the rumor. Now we don't know what the fuck is going on with him. Sean Porter is retired. You managed to lure these fighters over there to your side of the street. And now that they're over there, you don't know how to properly manage them. You damn sure, you clear as day don't know how to cultivate another superstar or cultivate another attraction. And then you don't. You don't, man. Because you're not signing no beastie ass prospects, bro. Like, I see David Morrell is about it, but I mean, shit, bro. Like, who else do you have that's up and coming that's going to be a force in the sport? And instead of trying to cultivate one, and all right, cool, I may not be able to make you into a superstar. We can make you at least into a respectable name that garners viewership. You're not even trying to do that. Like, you're trying to consistently cash out. There's no reason why the fights that you are putting as the co-main event should be co-main events. Ugas is coming off a fucking loss. A knockout loss. And the dude who had stopped him got brutally stopped just on the 29th of July. That isn't gonna be a selling point, Brody. Niggas ain't, oh shit, gotta watch Ugas. Niggas ain't coming to see that shit. So why not take that slot and put Ramos and Lubin into there? I don't see how this is such a hard thing to comprehend, my nigga. I just don't. I figured the writing was on the wall a long time ago, my nigga. Like, what are we doing, bro? This shit is it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't get it, man. I don't get how y'all operate over there, man. How shit makes sense to y'all and only y'all. Like y'all just think this shit is going to strike. You know, this is going you gonna catch lightning in a bottle with this shit right here. No, you're not, my nigga. It's a head scratcher. Cause I for the life of me can't understand why the fuck you would put Barrios and Ugas as a co-main when you got Lubin and Ramos, bro. What in the fuck are you doing? I need help understanding. I need help understanding, Brody. So I just think, just y'all are having a good year and y'all are still finding ways to fuck up the new influx of cash that y'all have gotten through Bud and Spence, Tank and Ryan, and now Canelo versus Jermell Charlo. You ink Canelo into it. You gonna get off of that money alone, you gonna have another 3, 4, 5 years. You gonna have another 3, 4, 5 years easily. But you gonna burn through just all this pay-per-view shit, bro. Like, what are you doing, bro? I don't get how you just find ways to fuck shit up, man. Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn took that fight off of pay-per-view for him versus Robert Helenius and just gave it to us for free because they knew this fight ain't finna sell. Let's just give them that shit. They can have that. Did the same thing with Jermaine Franklin. Why aren't you following suit? You just really you do you progress and then you start to regress. I don't want like Barrios and Ugas might be a good fight, but I don't give a fuck about it over no guy. Like I'm hyped about Ramos and Ugas. I'm hyped about that fight. Y'all can have goddamn Barrios and Ugas. Y'all can have. I don't want to watch that shit, bro. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but I ain't like lit like I am. Like I'm gonna be glued to the TV when Jesus and Ugas get in that ring. I'm gonna be glued to the TV. The mother niggas not. That ain't gonna happen, Captain. Damn, she fine. But yeah, I'm outie, man. I'm about to get this day over with. Y'all be easy.